and welcome back to my channel. My name is Gemma and I'm coming to you from my home in Devon. This channel is where I share all the things I make, bake, create, knitting and crochet primarily, but there's also some sewing, bit of gardening, bit of baking and things going on in the kitchen, and share some of my family life as well. If you are a new viewer, very, very welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. It is so lovely to have you here. Can I just start by saying a massive thank you and wowzers. In the last fortnight since I did my whip walk of shame, 1,000 of you have decided you fancy coming back and watching some more, which absolutely blows my mind, and I'm really grateful for it. I've had this channel for 6 years or so, and yeah, in the last fortnight, 1,000 of you have found me through my whip walk of shame and decided that this is the sort of content you would like to watch. So thank you very much for that. I hope my standard format actually doesn't disappoint and you enjoy yourselves just as much as you did having a good old rummage through my project bags with me a couple of weeks ago. So this is the last podcast of 2024 because it is the 30th of December, which means tomorrow, no, it's the 30th of November, which means tomorrow is the 1st of December and the start of Vlogmas, the annual vlogging challenge that loads and loads of people take part in here on YouTube, and I like to take part as well. It's not to say I've got anything particularly fancy to share, it's just little old me and my little old life, but I'm doing it more kind of like a video diary for my son. He is just 3, so his 3rd Christmas, and I'm really enjoying looking back on old Vlogmases and seeing how we made those Christmas memories and how he's changing. It's bonkers to me how much he's changed in just a year, but there we are. So I hope you'll consider joining me for Vlogmas. I'm not entirely sure how successful I'll be. Last year I completed it for the first year, but I have a lot of fun trying and sharing some snippets of that. So, but bearing in mind, I know that vlogs aren't everybody's cup of tea. I wanted to get one last podcast episode in before I started that run up to Christmas chaos. Thank you also for all your well wishes. I've had so many comments saying they hope I feel better soon. And yeah, I'm loads better. I'm back at work. I'm more or less functioning like a fully fledged human being, but I am still coughing. I don't know what's going on. My throat is so sore from all the coughing. My chest is so sore from all the coughing, and I can't stop. I don't know if I've irritated something. I don't know what's going on. Someone at the wool shop I was teaching, I was taught a knitting in the round course today at Wool on the X here in Devon. There is a yarn shop tour video of that on my channel, so do feel free to go and have a nosy. She said, oh no, there's something going around called the 100-day cough. I'm like, no, I'm not having a cough for 100 days. I've had it for 30. That will do. No more, thank you. I would quite like a full night's sleep without coughing until the point I feel like I'm going to, see my dinner again. But there we are. So I do apologise once again for any ambient ick. A couple of you quite liked that phrase last time. I have a hot chocolate to sip on periodically. I'm not an on-screen slurper. That's not my deal. So if there are jump cuts, it's because I'm coughing or having a slurp of my coffee, and I will my hot chocolate, and I will spare you all that. Right, I've been waffling for a while, so let's get into things. I had so hoped I'd have a couple more finished objects for you this week. Unfortunately, it's just not to be. I've been really busy. I've actually, in the last week, dyed an advent calendar. I've dyed 2, one for me and one for a customer who, on hearing that I was closing my hand-dyed yarn company, said, please, can you just... And I did a custom order for her. So I managed to get that done in 3 nights because it was meant to be done in October, but obviously being poorly set everything back. So I've done that. It's dyed, dried, wound, packaged, and has spun its way to her through Royal Mail, ready for tomorrow, for the big day, the start of Advent. So I've been doing that. I've been finishing off my friend Marcus's Advent. We do an Advent swap each year, and also catching up on work and things from when I've been poorly. So there hasn't been an awful lot of making time, but I have got 2 almost finishes for you. So the whip list is decreasing. So here we are. I've spent some time sewing this up tonight, so you can see. This is the Chime. What is going on there? Oh well, this is the Chime baby sweater by Martin Story. I have self-graded it because it stops at 9 to 12 months, which is this size. And this was my original one that I did for my little boy. Isn't it sweet? And this is the one, and I have tried it on him, so it does, I have graded it big enough. Although looking at this, it doesn't seem particularly big. You can see it's a bit bigger. The one I'm knitting now should fit a 3 to 4 year old. In theory, we'll see how it fits this little boy when he gets it. I'm hoping to get this in the post next week. So as you can see, I've sewn in one sleeve in its entirety. Almost bang on. It's not my best work. I don't know, maybe I'm just being hypercritical. I've got the second sleeve to set in, and then it'll be a case of picking up the button band and the neck band. So realistically, if I'm a very good girl and crack on with that, I could get that done and in the post next week, which is my goal. So my hope is that on Vlogmas at some point I will be showing you the finished one. With regards to the buttons, I'm not entirely sure what to do. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 7 buttons will be enough even for this bigger version. That's my hope, because my friend wanted the same buttons and I haven't been able to get them again. So I'm actually planning on cutting them off of this and attaching them to my one for my friend's grandson. So this was the original one, and you can see how it washes. I've chucked it in the machine several times. It's just lovely. It's as lovely as when I first knit it, pretty much, which I think is a win. Okay, the second one that is so close to being finished is the second sock from the West Yorkshire Spinners Pheasant range. Pheasant colourway. I'm so close to finishing this. Here's the first one. And as you can see, I really don't have too far to go. Let's see, 5 coloured stripes maybe, and then the toe, which I'm hoping I get out of the yarn I've got left. I don't think I've ever played yarn chicken quite so much with a pair of my dad's socks, but that's what I've got left. So I'm really, really hoping that I can get what I need out of that. Otherwise I'm going to be in a bit of a pickle. So that is that. It's a standard, I'm sorry, I'm not really talking much about it. It's going to be a short episode again tonight, but it's a standard top-down construction. I'm knitting it on Magic Loop. I love West Yorkshire Spinners yarns. Thank you for sharing your yarn recommendations. That was really good fun to read. So my works, I'm looking for my notepad now. I think I'm sitting on it. So my works in progress list that I created last time, I've got a couple of things that have been frogged and a couple of things that have been finished. So I think I'm down to, I am going to frog the sibling sweater. Have I written that on there? No, I haven't. So hang on, let me put that on there, because I think you're all absolutely right. I need to frog it. It's stripes, so if I get a different dye lot for the extra yarn to do the bigger size, it's not really going to show. It's going to be totally fine. And I will enjoy it much more if I'm not thinking, oh my gosh, he's growing too quick, he's growing too quick. With regards to Thomas, the tank engine sweater, I think actually that's going to fit him just fine. I'm not too worried about that. The Chime baby is almost done. The pheasant sock is almost done, but I can't tick them off yet. So I've now got 31 works in progress. So it is reducing. That's not too bad. So it was, I think, 40 initially, then it went down to 34 because I frogged some, then it went down to 32 last week because I finished 2 and I frogged another one, which is the sibling sweater, so I'm down to 31, or I was down to 31, because today I cast on a hat. I was so keen to cast on something, but I've been really, really good. The reason I've cast this on today is because I was teaching an introduction to knitting in the round. Now, this is a really nice bright red. It looks quite orange on my camera at the moment. I do have a studio light on because it's 7:30 at night and it's pitch black. But with my son dropping his naps, there's just no time to record during the day anymore. I used to have a nap time free a week where I wasn't working, or I could record in the daylight. But he's, as of about 3 weeks ago, he's dropped his naps. It's like he turned 3 and that's it. He's like, I'm a big boy now, mummy, I don't nap anymore. Okay. The plus side is he's asleep as soon as his head hits the pillow between 6 and 6:45 of an evening. He was gone like that tonight, which is lovely because we get our evenings and we can ostensibly do more. But yeah, it does mean that I'm now recording at night. But there we are. There we are. That's such is life. That is what it is. And so it's an introduction to knitting in the round course, and it's a one ball wonder hat pattern. I've knit it before. I've knit one for my friend's little girl, Layla. Oh, I must show you his sweater. I'll have to show you during Vlogmas because it's in his bedroom and I'm not going to risk going and waking him up now. But my friend Mina embroidered a sweater for my son and actually sent it down early, so he had it to wear in the run up to Christmas. And he was just so thrilled with it. It was gorgeous. I'll show you in Vlogmas, and I'll show you him opening it in Vlogmas. So this one is actually going to be for my son because he's decided his favourite colour is red, which is super cute because Layla's favourite colour is red. And yeah, he likes red and rainbow, pretty much the same as her. And considering they're growing up like hundreds of miles away from each other, it's purely a coincidence, but it's a really lovely one. So I cast on with my students. So this will be cast off within the next day or so because it's such a quick one to do. I'm just whipping him up a little hat that he can wear to preschool and isn't too precious. He's not wearing his handspun hat at the moment, which makes me a bit sad because he loved it. Like, we struggled to get it off his head last year. It was done, Jude span some yarn and he knit it into a hat for his birthday last year. And it still fits, and he wears it a lot. And actually, Jude sent me some of his handspun yarn as well, and I knit it into a matching. Mine was pink and blue, and Robin's is yellow and blue. But I spun it into a matching Bali hat and made mitts for myself as well, which I really love. So officially, I'm up to 32 again, but there we are. I don't think I'm going to keep a count for the rest of the year on this. I'm not going to have the whips that at the forefront of my mind that much, but maybe I'll revisit it next year as well. So what else is new? I have some new yarn. My husband hasn't noticed it come in yet, so we're just gonna, obviously this is new. I picked this up today. I can't remember what this is called. I'll try and find out, but for next time. But behind me here, you might be able to see my basket has changed. I've swapped out my autumnal colours for my festive colours ahead of the 1st of December tomorrow. And I was in Spin a Yarn in Bovey Tracy yesterday. And I picked up, I'm hoping the colours will show. Can you see that that's a greeny colour? That's quite nice, isn't it? That is quite nice. Yeah, I'm sorry about the overhead lighting, but it is what it is. So this is Socks Soft Spin from Rico, a 4-ply superwash sock yarn. And the way it's dyed, it looks almost like it's going to be more of a cotton, but it is actually 75% wool and 25% polyamide, so it's standard sock yarn. But I just loved those kind of painterly greens and browns, and I thought, I really, really love that. I'm going to knit my husband another pair of socks because he's wearing his Kingfisher ones to death that I finished the other week. He's barely taken them off. I managed to get them off him and wash them. He takes me very literally that hand knit socks don't need washing quite so often as shop bought socks. But yeah, so I'm going to knit him a pair. But I love the colour so much, I'm going to knit a pair for Jude as well. So I've actually got 2 balls of that that's come in. And that's sitting in my festive basket here. I'm not going to go through that now because that is part of Vlogmas. I'll be sharing that tomorrow. So if you're into all that, then I hope you'll come and see me then. Anything else new? Don't think so. I'm very excited because Marcus and I have done an advent swap this year. My customer who asked me to dye an advent calendar for her also said, pointed out that I had enough minis to dye myself one. So I've dyed myself an advent calendar as well. That it's the same as my customers. So that's going to be quite good fun, unwrapping that. I wouldn't be able to afford a hand-dyed advent calendar. And I say that with full appreciation of the irony there, that I dye yarn and obviously I charge what it's worth and the time, etc. But in my own world, I couldn't afford to buy one. I know it's a bit awkward, but there we are. So I'm quite looking forward to opening that. And my husband, who never gets me an advent calendar, even like a nominal, chocolate coin each morning, has bought me a puzzle advent calendar. I love a jigsaw puzzle. And when it arrived, he said, "Oh yeah, that's your advent calendar." I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you very much." I opened it up and it's the exact same one that I've sent to Mina for Christmas, for her advent this year. I sent it to her as, is it a birthday present? Yeah, I sent it to her for her birthday. Because she sent Robin the Thomas the Tank Engine one last year for his birthday, and we had to take it away and hide it until Christmas. I was like, "No, you're going to have to wait till Christmas." I made her an advent calendar last year with some yarn and bits and pieces, but yeah. So I've got a puzzle advent calendar as well to do, which is fun. And Mina's made me an advent calendar, so I'm really, really lucky. I've got lots of little treats to look forward to in the run up to Christmas. Advent is going to be fairly cash here. Tomorrow, putting up the tree. And it will just be the normal sort of things, like we make a gingerbread house and I do a bit of crafting and all the rest of it. But because I've got so many of you here now who are new and possibly don't know an awful lot about me, not that you might want to know much about me, but on the off chance, I thought I'd do an Ask Me Anything. So at some point in the run up to Christmas, it'll be officially a Vlogmas episode, but if you don't like Vlogmas, just keep an eye out for it. It'll be an Ask Me Anything Q&A episode that I'll put up towards the end of the month. So if you do have anything you'd like to ask me, pop it down in the comments below, and I will sort out the giveaway. So last week I did mention doing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm still figuring out exactly what the prize will look like, what the giveaway thing will look like. But if you are interested in taking part, and it's open to absolutely everyone, tell me something about yourself. It could be your making, just something random, in the comments below, but include 1000. So include the numeric form of 1,000, and then I will use that to generate a comment selector. And I'll do that on the Ask Me Anything episode, which I will record on the 19th of December. So it will close on the 18th of December. So you've got let's close it on the 14th of December. So I will do the draw on the 14th of December for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and I'll announce it in the episode, the Ask Me Anything episode that I'm going to do. How about that? I think that will do nicely. So that's it from me this week. I haven't been in the kitchen. Well, I've been dyeing yarn, not baking. I haven't been doing any sewing or anything like that. So it's another short and sweet episode for you. I hope you've enjoyed your time here and that you're having a great week. And if you celebrate the festive season, that you are having a lovely run up to it, let me know how you're doing below. And I will see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye.